Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Sips Sports Bar, 3024 West Liberty Avenue, 15216. We got another great crowd here. It's a packed house. You got to come down to Sips Sports Bar every Monday night. We're up to, on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook, 2,753 likes. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. That's a new high. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32 everywhere in the Pittsburgh area. Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park. And YouTube 24/7. So appreciate all the great information. Devin said not to hold up the magazine too many times because he already got a photo of it. But the new magazine's out, and yes, there's all advertisers. They'll get promotions. Thank you. And no animals were hurt. The guy in there is an actor, a makeup artist, and it's all done by professionals. Don't do this at home. So I appreciate it. We always start our show off with what's on our mind. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Smoking Jim Frazier, Chip the Prophet Hayner, and we have our other co-host, Zach Brenner. Little Z is in the bullpen right now. And we have a bunch of great guests, and we're going to start with what's on our mind right now. Chip the Prophet Hayner, what's on your mind?
Oh, thank you, Alan. What's on my mind is the madness ends tonight. The NCAA basketball tournament, the finals. And who would have thunk, huh? Who would have thunk? A number 7 and a number 8 seed. We got the University of Connecticut playing Kentucky for the national title. And I think what's going to happen again this year, you think back into the early 90s when the original Fab Five played. Michigan started 5 freshmen, and they were beating everybody pretty handily. And then they came to the championship game, and they choked. And I think 5 freshmen are going to choke tonight. And I'm picking the UConn Huskies to beat the Kentucky Wildcats this evening. But, what else is on my mind is the baseball season got off to a great start. The Pirates are in first place. They are... right where they finished it last year. They're winning games the same way they did last year. Great pitching, great defense, and just enough hitting to score one more run than their opponent. That's really all they got to do. But, I was at the game Saturday night, and one of the funniest things I ever witnessed happened. They had a trivia question, and they picked a young girl from the crowd, and they asked her to answer a multiple choice question. And the question was, which weighs more? A ton of baseballs, a ton of baseball bats, a ton of feathers, or they all weigh the same? She picked B.
And on that happy note, I watched that too. And what everybody said is, what school did she go to? So just fill in the blank. Thanks, Chip, the Prophet Hayner. Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Hey, thanks, Al Levine, the Talking Machine. And if you want the green, you got to see Levine. I like to start off each and every show by giving a shout out to my main man, Dan the Man. Makes the best coffee on the planet. If you like coffee, order a cup from Dan. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. Brandy, wave to all your fans. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago I had the best meatball hoagie I ever had in my life, and it's because of the chef. The Chef Pete's in the back. Please give a big hand for my good friend, international master photographer, Bill Boyce, and his beautiful models are in the house. The NFL finally got it right. They moved Deshaun Jackson to Washington, D.C., the gang capital of the world. RG3 said he was the one that helped recruit Deshaun Jackson. How did this Oreo cookie, who's black on the outside and white on the inside, recruit a gangbanger? Michael Jackson was more black than RG3. RG3 makes Tiger Woods look like Malcolm X. RG3, quit trying to seek all the media attention and learn how to be a better quarterback. RG3 is the only quarterback I know that can overthrow Castro. RG3 don't got no heart because every time he gets hit, he lays on the field so long, he looks like a snow angel. Listen, I said on draft day that RG3 reminds me of Cordell Stewart. Quarterbacks with great physical makeup, but no mental makeup, or they got rabbit ears, no mental makeup to be great NFL quarterbacks. RG3 got Mike Shanahan fired because he snitched to the media about things that him and Shanahan talked about in private. RG3's been snitching on his teammates to the media. RG3, the only thing you need to know about gangbangers, snitches get stitches.
Smoking Jim, I don't know how you do it. Every week since you've been in the hospital and you come back, you've improved each week. Now, I'm a little disappointed. The only thing you missed, now these are all his own opinions, and he'll fight for him as he goes out of here. That's a disclaimer. But you forgot one thing. You didn't even mention about Redskins, except the team. I'm shocked. We'll leave that for another day.
Overthrow Castro.
You're too much. What's on my mind is I want to first thank number 40 from Pitt, Chaz Bonasort.
Fifth Hall of Famer.
He called me up. I got to share this because this is like a Cheers bar, so you got to have these little personal stories. He calls me up. Al, do you want pirate tickets? So I figure I'm so honored to be getting a call from him because it's hard to even get a hold of him. He's such a businessman, it's unbelievable. Go see him on the Pitt campus. He's there with all the pretty girls smoking Jim. He reminds me of you. So anyhow, he calls me, do you want the tickets or not? He goes, you're the first guy I called, so now I got to go. I go, yeah, I think I'll go. I call my right-hand son I can't get rid of, Zach Brenner. He goes, yeah, we're going. Then he goes, Al, where are they at? I said, if Chaz calls me up, I'm not asking that question. We'll take the tickets. And then he sold me. He goes, it's fireworks night. Now, I was there with Chip and Stephanie. We never saw them. Who knows where they hide out? We had great box seats. We texted you right when we got there. Look at how defensive she is. I'm on my rant right now. It was one of the coldest games to watch fireworks at. Not about you guys. You guys were there, and it's great. And then they lost. They had a power outage again. They had too many runs the night before, and they got one run the next day. So we stuck around. We did see the last fireworks. We did get out of there, and Chuck, you know how bad the traffic is. Zach pulled more moves than you name a running back. I don't know, Barry Sanders or something. And we got out of there in record time. So that's my wheelman right there wherever we go. Thanks, Chuck. I want to shout out to my biggest fan that used to be in Pittsburgh, my sister. She's out of New Jersey, North Wildwood. Hope's here.
Keep hope alive! Keep hope alive!
And my other sister, Joy, had to go pick her up because she come in from Jersey and has no vehicle. Somehow she gets friends to bring her here and they drop her off. So that's how that happens. But thanks everybody for coming to the show. I'm going to cut it short. We got some great guests and we're going to start bringing up the guests right now. Tell all your fans and your new fans who you are.
Okay. Hi, I'm Vince Frasco. I'm currently from Greensburg, Pennsylvania. The country's shortest bodybuilder for male.
That is awesome in itself. How I saw him, Smoking Jim and I and Zach were at the MMA fights, Gladiators of the Cage. And I didn't get a chance to meet you, but Dan Bogan and the rest of the guys were talking about how great you are. And I said, we got to talk. So that's how we met. Now, what else do you do?
I bodybuild. My first show is May 3rd.
Okay, tell us about it.
It's at Soldiers and Sailors Memorial in Oakland.
Right on the Pitt campus there.
Yes, sir. First time I step on stage.
Is it really? And how long have you been doing this?
21 years old now. I started really getting into it probably about a year ago.
1 year.
Probably about a year ago. But I mean, dieting really started getting hard probably about 5-6 months.
Really?
months into it.
One of my best friends is coming in for that show, Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath. Yeah.
We know Phil very well.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to bring his coach on, and you may even know his coach. Tell him who your coach is.
My coach is Tad.
Yeah.
See? There's no doubt. We'll bring
He's
Tad
here.
up after this, but
He's
this
here.
is about you. I think it's so great. What made you get interested in doing this?
I mean, I like to show people that you have to follow your dreams. You can't give up. I mean, no matter how big the dream is, don't give up. I mean, I have dwarfism. Who cares?
Right.
I mean, you have to, no matter how hard it is, just keep going at
Well,
it.
you're an inspiration to me. You see, I put a lot of positive stuff out there, so that's why I wanted to meet you. Is
Thank you.
anybody overcoming all the challenges that you have and still smiling and working hard? That's awesome.
I mean, I've had 15 surgeries.
15.
One that almost basically took everything. Took
Really?
my life. I mean, you have to bounce back.
Yeah.
No matter how hard it gets.
Well, how do you get inspired every day?
Tad pushes me.
He's a great coach. We're going to have him up. No doubt. Do you want to do a pose for your
Sure.
fans out here?
Sure.
Now, this guy, he messaged me on Facebook, what do you want me to wear? So I go, wear something comfortable. He goes, how about a Speedo? So
What I'm standing on stage with.
So that's what he started with, and I go, we got a family show. Introduce yourself, Tad.
Well, I'm Tad Inoue, but most people know me in the industry as Tad the Diet Coach.
Smoking Jim knew you.
Oh, yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been in bodybuilding since I was 15, so 29 years. I turned 44 this
No
June.
way.
Yeah.
You're fantastic.
Yeah, and I have an identical twin brother. His name is Asao. He's a professor at Fresno State. And he, if you knew us both, you'd know that this is a totally contrived lifestyle. that I should be like 100.
Do you have a photo we can compare that?
I have like 100. I should be like 150 pounds.
You need to explain contrived. He's actually created something for himself in a special segment here
That's right. Yeah.
of the universe. Because we're on Universal Pictures today.
No, but yeah. So
What made you go to Pittsburgh?
well, my wife.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, my wife. Her family lives here. And
Okay.
So her family, and then of course, and actually the center. This isn't the reason why I moved here, but it just happened to be serendipitously. It happened to be a good thing. The centers of the powers that be in the universe of bodybuilding happen to be in Pittsburgh.
Right. I don't know if you know Dan Kovacs.
No,
He's one of the strongest guys in the world. And we've had him here
like
on
Greg,
our
you mean
show.
Greg Kovac?
No,
'Cause you-
Dan.
Oh, okay.
Dan Kovacs.
Greg.
Yeah, he's a local guy. No,
Okay.
yeah, but he's a world renowned.
Yeah.
I know Greg's a beast in bodybuilding.
Yeah, he
One
died
time,
this
yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
I saw some videos with him and everything
yeah,
else.
one of the biggest bodybuilders out there.
Yeah.
Strong guy too, super strong.
Definitely. Well, where do they get a hold of you at? Where do you work out of, or?
Well, I usually most of my clientele are actually all
I'm
over.
setting you up with that. Everybody thinks you go to a gym. We talked a little, and I usually don't, because I would say what gym, but he doesn't.
Yeah, no, I do only nutrition and contest prep for athletes, bodybuilders, figure athletes, bikini athletes, physique athletes, and so and I also work with other athletes as well in their nutrition. But they just usually find me on Facebook.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, well, a lot of it is word of mouth.
Facebook
but
too, you said?
Facebook, yeah, Tad the Diet Coach, or my website, Tad the Diet
I'll
Coach.
have to like that. You got to like our page, Pittsburgh
Absolutely.
Sportsline. We'll trade likes.
There you go,
That's
there we
how
go.
we build it up.
That's right.
And that's why we're here to promote you. You're doing so much good in the
well,
community. And
yeah.
to hear that you hooked up with Vince.
Yeah, you know,
How
I met-
did you meet him? That's what I want to know.
I met Vince at LA Fitness. We trained at one of the same gyms, and he came up to me. I was training. I had just basically moved here because we moved here 6 months ago.
Is that it?
Yeah. So I got to experience this really great weather that you guys have had.
You know what? I'm very sarcastic, so I appreciate somebody else that's just as sarcastic.
And I come from California.
And
so
we got more of it right now tonight.
I know it's like sunny this weekend, and all of a sudden it gets rainy.
That's what it does. It builds character here.
Well, you know, I figured it's going to make me appreciate the summer even more.
No, because then if we're not complaining about the humidity, the rain, and how it's 90 degrees for 18 days in a row. We're not from Pittsburgh, but you'll learn that.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's just like I came from California, Southern California, so the weather's like pretty good. Almost.
You're not a beach bum, though.
No. But see, I tell all my clients are always like, hey, because they're all over the U.S. and actually I have people everywhere, but they're like, oh, how are you handling the weather out there? I heard it's getting cold. It's snowy. I said, I'm in my office, like 10 hours a day. It's like I'm getting the same weather patterns that I got in California.
What, 72 degrees and sunny?
About 72 degrees,
Climate
control.
control.
I go outside just a little bit. The only bad thing was my car is like a sports car, and it's a rear-wheel drive car, and I have this nice long driveway, so I had
Do you do many donuts?
Well, I had to learn. I had to learn how to do controlled slides.
So in other words, I watch the Fast and Furious with all that drifting.
That's right.
So you're drifting around our turns just so you don't do a donut.
Yeah, no. It would
No
be a bad
donuts.
thing. Yeah, no.
Well, you may need a four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive.
It's looking like I'm going to have to buy something.
Contact Tad. How do they get a hold of you again?
TadTheDietCoach.com, or they can see me on Facebook at Tad the Diet Coach.
Give us one eating tip that you would recommend for guys that are older here that maybe need to lose a couple pounds.
Well,
One good tip.
Get rid of these.
Well, I would say
I'll eat them to save these two.
if you're going to have stuff like this, just plan for one good cheat a week, and then the rest of the week stay fairly modest. So that way you can.
And what do you consider modest? Because what they consider modest and what you consider modest,
Well,
like that part.
Well, maybe this is a little more concrete. Restrict some of the carbohydrates in your day to
more fruits, vegetables, protein.
Before 4 or 5 hours before you go to bed. So, like if you're eating lots of carbs before you go to bed, you're probably not going to use them. You're probably going to store them as fat.
Well, let me ask you this: when you were in California, did you get a chance to meet legendary bodybuilding trainer Charles Glass?
I know them all. Yeah. Charles is a good guy. Yeah, he's a real good guy. Yeah. I knew Charles, and you name it in the industry. I'm good friends with Phil Heath and
How about Arnold?
Arnold, I met him for the first time in person this year at the Arnold.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
He just happened to walk right there. and
Arnold
shook my
got in one good cheat a week too.
hand. Yeah, he gets in. He was training
More than one.
Yeah. Well, you might be talking on personal. He's talking on eating habits. Other guys might be talking enhancement with things. And,
Oh, right.
Yeah, other stuff. We're trying to run a straight show here.
That's okay, man. I got it.
It gets a little crazy there. No, I'm glad you could make our show.
Yeah, thank you
And
very much.
We'd like to have you back after this champion wins.
Yeah. We're actually going to be on the same stage together because I'm dieting for the same show as well.
So on the Masters.
I'll be doing the Masters as well. I got 3 shows this summer.
Oh,
Great.
Yeah, so it should be.
We'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
we'll have
yeah.
to come see you, Coach.
Everybody says that I should get my card this year, so we'll see.
That'd be
Pro
great.
card.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Pro card.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
All right.
I've been at this for 29 years. I hope I get it soon. Right?
Yeah.
I figure as long as I can do something and look better every year and have fun with it, it adds value to my life. Hey, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, you're ahead of the game.
That's right. And I got a whole career because of it, so I can't complain.
Look at all the nice people you've met, too.
Hey, I get to sit
Not
here.
just here,
I
but
get to sit
mean,
here and smell all this food.
No, you got to win. Willpower. Stay strong. Stay strong, Dad. Don't let me eat another fry in front of you.
We're going to destroy some food after this first show, that's for sure.
And I see all the stuff you're limiting him to, all this good chicken and vegetables.
Fish.
I want to come over and eat because I like that all the time.
Well,
I'll cook up. Do you cook any with coconut oil?
I do, actually. I have
Okay.
those diets, yeah. It's good oil. It's got
That's one of the
lots
things-
of medium-chain triglycerides in it.
And I take a tablespoon a day of it.
Okay, good. You can get MCT oil all by itself, and that's the magic ingredient that's inside coconut.
Well, I like the flavor of
Oh, yeah.
it. See, I got a tip. He gave me a better tip than I gave him.
See that?
And actually, here's another little side
See, I knew I'd get this out of you.
Side comment, coconut oil, what makes popcorn in the movie theaters smell and taste so good is coconut oil. They put coconut oil and they mix it with butter flavoring, and that's why it tastes
But they
so
should
good.
eliminate that.
Never knew that.
So if you want to duplicate that at home, you can do that. A little coconut oil, a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt, and boom. That's right.
He's going to be eating popcorn by the buckets tonight. Thanks, Ted.
You're welcome.
Great tips. We're going to have you back. Good luck
Absolutely.
May
Anytime,
3rd.
anytime. Thank you.
And we'll be in touch with you.
Perfect.
We know how to get a hold of you now. Facebook.
Yeah, that's right.
Take care.
All right.
Leah, tell everybody who you are. And I got to thank John.
All right. right.
for getting you here.
All right, so I'm Leah Blasco. I am I'm on the beat for the Pittsburgh Power for Steel Nation magazine. So I cover basically everything Pittsburgh Power there is to cover. So it's pretty exciting right now.
It is, especially after a win like that. We might as well go right into that. You were at the game?
I was not. It was in San Antonio, so
I thought maybe you'd travel. I'm going to have to talk to John Wagner about your travel expenses.
Yeah, get your traveling.
San Diego would be nice this time of year.
Yeah, but really.
Or any time of year.
Orlando, Tampa, I'd go. But
I'll negotiate for you.
Good. Sounds like a plan.
Tell us about the game then.
All right, so the Pittsburgh Power, they've really done a lot of the legwork. They did a lot of the talking, and now they're doing the walking. So they signed all these guys in the off season. They went out, they got Grady.
Hold on, we had two of them. Grady was on our show.
Yes.
Aaron LeSueur was here.
No, they got guys like Grady. They got LeSueur. They got Colleen Amaku. They got.
You said that rather well.
I got
Dom
some
Errico
practice.
had a little bit of trouble there. He's good. He's a good announcer. He was here too.
Oh, he does a great job with their names in game. I mean, when I'm there, he does a stellar job. Let me tell you. I mean,
That
especially
means a
with
great
the
job,
casual
Smoking
fan.
Jim. Stellar's great. We have this like translation thing going on. It's like an inside
Stellar,
joke,
not
but
Stellar.
he really doesn't get it. So.
Okay. Well, that's okay. I had somebody who I knew who didn't understand what kick the bucket meant. We had to explain it to him.
No way.
Yeah. Well,
Who did that?
he was when I was back in one of my sports writing classes. He was from Zimbabwe, and we had to explain to him what kick the bucket
Oh, well, he
meant.
wasn't from around here.
Yeah,
That's okay.
But I felt so bad because everybody was laughing at him, and I was like, guys, he doesn't understand it. You got to tell him what it means.
Exactly. Now, you sound like you're just out of school.
Yes, I graduated in
Tell us
December.
where you went to school.
I don't know if I should tell you where I went to school sitting here.
We're proud about where everybody goes. Go ahead.
I went to Penn State.
So did my daughter.
Good for you. Good for
So
you.
did my niece. My niece went to Penn
I went
State,
to-
and cousins, and
Yeah, I went
everybody.
to Penn State University. I graduated in December, so 4.5 years up there. Love
Well,
it. Happiest of valleys.
I was there too. I saw one football game. I wish I'd have seen more.
Yeah, I actually didn't go to a lot of football this year. I worked for volleyball and hockey, so I was pretty busy. But I got to see
Great
our girls'
volleyball team.
national championship. I worked for the
Yes,
team.
that's
so
awesome. That's awesome.
And I got to open our new hockey arena we just got up there.
Did
So
you?
that
That must
was-
have been great.
Oh.
I
Let
know
me tell
they're-
you, if you're going back up to State College, you gotta check it out. It is amazing. One of the best places. I always said if I could marry a building, I'd marry Pagula Ice Arena.
Wow. You are a sports nut. So how did you get hooked up with Steel Nation magazine?
I actually in my real life, I work in the same building complex as Jim Auger, who does the MMA fighting.
Our friend Jim.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and he said, "Hey, we're looking for someone." I said, "Okay." So here I am.
And that's the 2 degrees of separation I talk about on Pittsburgh Sportsline, not 6.
Nope, just 2.
It is.
No,
And
but really?
you're proof of it. Definitely.
Yeah, and it's been great. I mean, the Power are really exciting this year.
Yes,
I
they
mean, to go from that first game, which was just a heartbreaker, to lose that
Sure.
one there. But I mean,
Well, they did change coaches, so I
They
think
did.
that inspired them too.
Well,
You
they
can't
ch-
fire the whole team.
they changed.
They did that
coaches.
once.
I was waiting for him to say that.
I know. Well, look what happens though. I went to some of those games. They were nightmares.
Tommy Grady is amazing, but you know who is actually a very talented player, and I don't know if he gets enough attention for being as great as he is.
Who's that?
Arvell Nelson. He's the backup quarterback. He's second string quarterback. He is a first string quarterback on any given team in this league.
Really?
But he is. Oh, he could. I think he could very easily play first string minutes on another team. Wow.
You know what? You might be taking his job as a scout. He's an NFL scout. I don't know if you know. who
Yeah, I
Smoking
did
Jim
hear
is.
that. I've heard from what I've seen, it's been limited because obviously Tommy is the quarterback, but from what I've seen, he is great. And he's such a hard worker. He plays on special teams. I've seen him play 5 or 6 different positions at practices and in games. And then he got the reward. He got to play quarterback for a little bit in that game last weekend when he got a touchdown.
Yeah,
He
I saw
did get
some of
in
the
there.
stats there. So
He did get in there. And
he got on the board.
Yeah, he did get on the board. And I think that Tommy is amazing. Tommy definitely one of the best quarterbacks you could get. We are very lucky to have him here.
Well, what's your thoughts since you're watching the team now and you're around them? What do you think they're going to actually do this year?
I mean,
in your honest opinion, if you can do that here.
Oh.
Because you got to be around the team.
Well, they're great guys, and they work with the best of them, and they have the talent. It's the process of putting it all together in the right place at the right time. They had that first week. They had a problem where I don't think they really knew how to win together. Like, they'd all won. But until you get that first win, I've seen it on plenty of different teams. Until you get to that win, you don't know how to win. And you're like, how do you do that? Now they've won. Now they know how to win, and they know they can do that. And I could see them coming out of the East. I really could if they continue
gotta put it
to
together.
work hard and put it together. But they could win a title in the next few years here.
You know, you saw the way they won that second game, and it looked like that was going to be a repeat of the first game where they lost the lead late in the game, but then they found a way to pull it out, and I think that's the building block that they're going to...
That's really that was that big character win that they really needed. It was like, oh, that's what winning feels like. That feels great. I want to do that again and again and again.
And it's contagious.
And then it was, and then after that, they were like shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
The other thing is, in that first game, and it's even in that second game, it's a little bit of a thing they're working out, is really holding on and shutting down in the second half. Because that first game, they kept Cleveland to, I think it was... I think Cleveland had one first down in the first quarter of that first game. Yeah. One first down. And then they had like 3 in the second quarter, and then like 7. And it's just like they started out very strong, and they kind of I don't know if they got tired.
We got a female Chuck Noll here. You should be the head coach. I learned more football here than I ever did.
Hey, Leah, we're going to have you back on again. All right? And you got to give us some more reporting and insights like that. That's why I was digging deep here, and I didn't have to. So I appreciate it. And we'll have you back again. Thanks. Keep up the great reporting. I read Steel Nation magazine all the time. We got to get her on camera holding Pittsburgh Sportsline magazine here. We partnered up on that. We all promote each other.
Oh, yes. And hopefully I'll have some great stories and great news to bring back next time I'm on, right?
We'll give you a couple of weeks.
Some more.
Trying to get this here. And what you do?
My name's Aaron Romeo. I'm from the South Hills area. Well, and
that's okay with us
for now. Yeah. I have like a day job at an engineering firm.
Wow.
Right now, and then
you told me about being a blogger. What's this blogger thing that you're doing?
It's I'm working on a podcast show called Everything with Aaron. It's up to 41 episodes now.
Wow. This should be an episode right now. Yeah. What happened? You're not podcasting us. Come on, that's what I was hoping to segue into. You got that engineer brain, though. You go from 1 to 10,
it's
A to B, C, and D. So it's all regimented. I thought he'd think outside the box like I did. I was wrong.
No.
But that still doesn't mean you're a bad guest. You're great.
Do it. Yeah, that's a future thing. You can always plan that.
And what do you do with this podcast with Aaron?
It discusses all types of subjects.
Well, how about the sports? How about the sports subject? I want to tie into sports.
Fire extinguishers, for instance. How they operate. Like it could be anything from A to Z.
Wow.
But Super Bowls.
What I want to know is I need a little Super Bowl trivia. He was talking to me about. He knows statistics from every Super Bowl.
Really?
So I only want a couple nuggets from him, Chip. Now, listen,
the basic.
Now, not every single statistic, but we'll let him go with a couple right now, and then we'll have to move on and get somebody else up here because we're not covering every Super Bowl. I told you that. He goes, I can handle every Super Bowl. I go, not on my show.
You're tough, Alan.
Yeah, right.
Toughest interviewer in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I know.
Well, since this is
Brutal.
I mean, we could discuss the Steelers Super Bowls.
How about one Steelers Super Bowl? I'm trying to narrow it down. One
What was
Super
their
Bowl.
favorite. Yeah, that's.
What's your favorite Steelers Super Bowl? Do you have one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we're going to that
It's
right now.
I would have to say 43
Okay.
was.
What do you
probably
remember about that?
My favorite. The last minute drive, 88-yard drive. Well, technically it was a 78-yard drive, but after the holding penalty, 88 yards.
See?
So, yeah.
That's what sticks in your mind. What else do you got? Stats on that or anything you want to enlighten people with?
Yeah, that was one of when it kind of reminded me of Super Bowl 23 a little bit. The Niners making that 92-yard drive against the Bengals.
That's why I brought him on.
John Taylor.
That's why I brought him here. He flips from there to here and back again.
It was I'd had an identical ending to it, and then also you think of Super Bowl 42 as well. The Giants beating the Patriots.
I loved it.
See that? He's tying everything together.
Catching the ball on his helmet.
I would say it's in there.
There's a synchronicity to these games. Explain that to Smoking Jim later. We'll talk later there.
There's a synchronicity, as you say.
Sorry, Smoking Jim. I gave him a chance to read a dictionary. You know what? He said he got that book at home.
I got the Urban Dictionary.
My favorite Steelers Super Bowl moment is immortalized right there. The first score.
Super
Bowl 9. Dwight White.
You aren't going to stump him.
He was too young to remember. He wasn't born yet.
He still knows them. He knows them all, right?
Yeah. It was something I did as a hobby, like years ago. I always liked radio too. Like I enjoyed radio as a kid, stats and things like that. So then, like as a teenager, I used to study that kind of thing.
See that? And he's not homeschooled. He did that on his own.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's.
Well, how do we get a hold of you for checking out your podcast? Tell them there because we're going to have to move on to get the other guests.
I don't want to hold up anybody.
No, because between the talking machine and you, the show's over. All right, how do they get a hold of you now?
You can find me on SoundCloud under Hapless Distinction. That's also a music name.
Explain Hapless to him.
Hapless, unlucky.
No, I'm kidding.
So
we can't explain everything.
everything.
There is. I'm not digging into that. This onion, we're layered up here.
And then on Facebook and Twitter as well.
Okay.
For acting, I'm into acting locally and
Very good.
other arts as well. But yeah, and I'm on Twitter.
Okay. You can get a hold of him anywhere. We got to get him off the show here because he got too many things.
But thank
You
you.
want to give him a phone number to get a hold of you?
Absolutely.
Then give it now and go.
It's 412-983-0464. So in case that's
Romeo.
Yeah.
Romeo's leaving the house. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. All right, Trapper Tom, we know you. What's going on? You got something coming up.
KSWA, the Keystone State Wrestling Alliance, Pittsburgh's Pro Wrestling Alliance, goes on the road this Saturday for a fundraiser in Sharpsburg for the Guy Asuda Youth Football and Cheerleading Association.
And where's it going to be? Because Smoking Jim and I were there.
Yeah, I know, 205 Linden Avenue, the gymnasium there in Sharpsburg.
We were
guys
there.
were there for a boxing event a number of months ago.
Great event.
We usually go there once or twice a year for a fundraiser, and this is our annual return for Guy Asuda, a great football.
And that's the Chief Guy Asuda. That's the guy who's up with George Washington up near Mount Washington. That's who's with them. Chief Guy Asuda. Exactly.
So this Saturday, 7 p.m. bell time, special start, 7 p.m.
bell time. All tickets are $10 because it's a fundraiser. And in the main event, Shane Starr, the KSWA World Heavyweight Champion, will defend the belt against the winner of the Battle Royal, the Spring Fling Battle Royal.
Wow, how do you say that fast? You are the greatest announcer that I've met.
Hey, Tom, how many men are in this battle?
I'm not sure yet. We're still ironing
Don't
out.
ask those hard questions.
We're still ironing that out because it's a special event and over the top.
Yeah, but he needs to know, because when him and Stephanie go there, they want to know how many people will actually be doing that. And it always expands.
It always expands.
The
numbers always change.
Okay.
But
We'll
Chip
stay
and
tuned.
Stephanie were there at the last KSWA event.
Yes, we were.
The Joe Abbey Memorial Tournament, the 7th annual,
Yes,
won
we
by
were.
Lord Zoltan in spectacular
I'm sorry I
fashion.
missed it, but we had another event. I'd have loved to see the.
In spectacular fashion because Lord Zoltan was in the ring, and as he was getting prepared for Dr. Devastation, Lou Martin, his opponent, in the finals of the tournament, Pittsburgh Mayor Bill Peduto surprisingly shows up.
Yep.
And Lord Zoltan waves him into the ring, and he goes into the ring and starts dancing in the ring with Lord Zoltan.
Oh, the mayor.
The mayor.
Where's the video of that?
And
Wow.
Alan, he lost that card you gave him.
Yeah, wait. Next time, just send
Next
it
time
there.
I see him, that's right.
Yeah.
But Lord Zoltan won won the Joe Abbey Memorial Tournament, and of course Chuck Martoni, Jumping Johnny DeFazio, and Chili Billy Cardill were inducted into our Hall of Fame on.
I saw some photos on that. That was great.
Terrific. A great night, especially for a broadcaster like myself that grew inspiration from a guy like Chili Billy a long time
And he
ago.
was back
he's still
then.
still on the air to this very
He
day.
looks good for 85.
Looks fantastic for 80.
And he's been there since the infancy of television.
That's right, especially here in Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir.
And he has a better hairstylist than I do.
I've been told that. I saw that on Facebook. Now, tell them about the event again, because we're going to have to move on here.
That's quite all
Tell
right.
them what time,
7
where it's at
p.m.
again.
7 p.m. this Saturday night in Sharpsburg, 205 Linden Avenue in Sharpsburg for the Guy Yasuda fundraiser. 7 p.m. bell time. All tickets are 10 o'clock. All of your favorite megastars and some of your non-favorite megastars, including the return of the owner, once again, the owner of the KSWA, Bobby O, who gained possession of the organization at the last event.
I don't even. We'll have another show.
It's a new era.
We'll have to have another show on that.
I know we got to get going. Thank you very much.
Tom, thank you. You're looking dapper.
Thank you.
Go ahead, sit down. Don't even introduce
I'll
yourself.
tell you, if you don't know who I am the Matt Sedlak, the voice of South Park BMX.
I won't interrupt you. You're on a roll. Go
It's
ahead.
already got me on the roll. Actually, Alan here caught me at South Park BMX last race of the season, came out, checked us out, saw what we were about, heard my announcing, saw me step up to the
They
big
let
boys.
me up in the booth.
I tell you, anytime you guys come out to South Park BMX, you're all in the announce booth with me.
Hold it. We got to stop right now for a little commercial. Smoking Jim, you're not blacklisted. You've been invited to South Park BMX, and we'll show you where it's at.
Well, I know he's cool because they practice in Homewood, so I know he's down.
And speaking of South Park BMX, coming up this Saturday, April 12th, we are having our season opener at Open House. 2014 BMX season kicking off. I can't wait. I'm excited.
And he's rather subdued. For anybody that doesn't know him, he is actually subdued right now because of me.
This is me minus the Red Bull, okay?
Get him a Red Bull and vodka, please.
Minus the vodka.
Just kidding.
But yeah, I'm come on here to promote that season opener. I can't, like I said, I've been waiting for it. We have
What time?
Okay, we got the open house is from 1 to 5. And then we're going to have registration for the races. Now, open house means anyone can come on. You can try out a bike, ride a track.
Smoking Jim.
Smoking Jim. We got just a bike for you because I raced on them last race of the season. You saw me.
I saw you.
26-inch dirt jumper. First time I was ever on it.
26 inch?
You don't have a tricycle for him?
He's a big man.
26.
got training
We
wheels.
won't talk about how I did that last race. I was
No,
step
no.
up to the big boys.
No,
and
no,
it
I'm
showed.
not. I haven't mentioned anything on Facebook. I haven't mentioned anything
let's
to
just say
my crew.
I race with the 41, 44-year-old class, and they don't race like 41, 44-year-olds at all.
No comment from me.
No, yeah. But also, included with South Park, we always have a lot of teams come out from all different states, from New York, New Jersey. We got my friends from Chaos BMX coming out.
Who else? You're a good name dropper. Keep going.
Good name dropper. All right. Well, I also got a little team news on my end.
Yeah, I want to hear
After
it.
3 years of riding for Green Factor Racing, a couple national top tens, a state championship, I decided it was time for me to part ways. And I officially signed on with Top Gear Bike Shop out of Route 19, Peters Township. I hope to work with their kids. Like I said, Top Gear, nothing but great things going on with these guys here. Like I said, they were down on Castle Shannon for a while.
I know, they told me to stop out to see them since they moved.
They moved out to Route 19 there, right across that shopping center across from Aladdin's. You go out there, you tell Matt Sedlak, the voice from South Park BMX, sent you.
Hey, they knew him. I'll just tell you this much. They were cleaning up and moving the day I went in. Because Matt said to go in there, I mentioned his name. They go, we don't know who you're talking about. Because that's how we are. But they did. Yeah. They said, Matt's a great guy.
In addition to South Park, let's say, Smoking Jim, you're from Monroeville, God's country.
Yes, sir!
Let's say you can't make it out South Park BMX. There's another opening day. Our sister track, Westmoreland BMX, out Northmoreland Park on April 26th is having an opening day if you guys want to stop out there. Yeah. I also do the voice work for them out there as well.
Can you invite him, please?
You are cordially invited.
And that's a lot closer to God's country.
There's a chance. Now, he's a gambler, a known gambler, and I've been known to handicap horses. You're about a 99 to 1 shot that'll show up. Okay? And on the board, they don't show when it goes past 100. So it's actually more than that.
Like I said,
I'm just saying, as they tell you.
I'm
just saying.
But yeah, it was a lot of good things coming for South Park. We got our state race coming up on May 31st. We got 4th of July weekend, the Stars and Stripes Nationals. My time to shine. I love that. That's my favorite time of year.
Is it? I got to see it. Your favorite time of year. I saw you at the end of the season.
You come out the Stars.
He wasn't subdued at all on the last day of racing.
I'm just sitting there and everything I say, all the little zingers that come out of my mouth are all freestyle. Nothing is pre-rehearsed.
Sort of like how we do the show unscripted.
Exactly. Unscripted as unscripted gets, but that's how we got to do it, you know?
No, I appreciate it. I think we're running out of time with you.
Yes.
I got to check with Devin. He's
looking.
Oh, we got a few more minutes for
you.
Can you roll for a few more minutes?
Can I roll for a few more minutes?
This is 2014. I don't know if you slowed down.
I did tell
the voice of BMX.
After South Park season ended last year,
what happened?
I got involved in a couple other projects. I got my band Neostem going.
I see every once in a while.
Did a couple shows.
Stuff.
Actually, again, we're in Penn Hills. We do a lot of stuff.
Oh, he doesn't go to Penn Hills.
White Hawk Cafe, though. Got to come down and check me out one day. We do a show there.
Don't offend him. He's taught us.
Right on Rhode Island Road.
Yeah, it's right there, on the border, we'll call it. It's kind of like...
Almost Monroeville.
That's a transition
area. You can almost go to Monroeville.
That's called almost heaven.
But yeah, I got involved with that. Got back in my artwork again, started working on paintings, my cartoon.
You're one talented guy. You gave me your business card.
I got a business card for Sign Creators, my full-time employment.
That's a nice-looking card.
That was very nice. That's my boss at Sign Creators doing it up there.
Definitely. Well, we need a little photo here with you with the magazine, too. Our magazine. Look at how he knows how to pose there.
Where's Phil?
Little shameless promotion.
Hey, I got no problem with that.
No, thank you. Then what else is happening?
Well, besides all that, we got the band. I was giving guitar lessons for a little bit, still doing that,
Good.
I said, I got to stay busy because I can't stay inside.
I noticed that.
As well as I got to go to Wheel Mill and ride, Homewood area.
He's a regular there.
I hear you.
Maybe Smoking Jim can stop in.
Smoking Jim, you're invited out to South Park anytime you want. You just let me know.
Anything with Matt Sedlak, we're not going to hear blacklisted again.
No, it's even the Neostem shows. You're all invited. You guys come out to the Neostem shows.
Where do you play next?
Let us know. We're working on trying to go back to the White Hawk. We just played Foley's out in Forest Hills, and back in February we packed.
He's everywhere east.
Man, I always say, Smoking Jim's will come out here. Closer we get to Monroe, we can Smoking Jim out here.
Just remember, I told you 99 to 1.
99 to 1.
That's on the board, so
but
it's
I get
more.
that $1, I get that 99 though. That's all that matters.
Yeah. And on that happy note, maybe you'll get us out there.
Oh, yes,
BMX, I'm
South
going to have
Park
to try
BMX,
that.
come on out.
When is that again?
This Saturday, open house 1 to 5. Race registration is going to be from 5 to 6, and the gate is dropping. Opening gate drops at 7 p.m. I'm calling it, and I'm racing in it. So guys got to come out and check it out. Everyone's invited.
I want to see you race again, my friend.
Oh, yes, definitely.
You take care.
Them Gateway boys just mad because they don't know about hard work. You work hard, folks. You can do this
Isn't
too.
there a song, Hard Work, Hard Work?
I don't know, but we're
Something
just,
like that.
let's keep it simple.
Isn't that what Barry said?
Kiss method. I like that. Keep it simple, stupid. Or Sammy or Sally or somebody else. Hey, Zach, what's going on? I'll let you do your promo of your own new job you got, so go ahead.
Yeah. Well, Smoking Jim Frazier is a renowned NFL scout. Well, little Z, Zach Brenner, is now going to be a renowned
man. He wants you to get a photo.
coach of your Pittsburgh Rangers. And you're invited, of course.
Congratulations.
Because I want you to evaluate the talent. I'd love to get your opinion. I'll show you some film and some, get your take on it.
Well, here, let me set you up for a second. Now, Zach tells me they're going out to do their practice, and Bill Miller notified us of all that, so I was out running around. I'm heading back, but I'm running late. So Zach goes, well, I'm up here already. I go, okay, I'll meet you there. So I'm about an hour late. I was on Smoking Jim Frazier time. Maybe it was an hour and 10 minutes late. So I show up, and I see Josh, and I see Josh Superman Meyer, see Coach Miller. I don't see Zach because I'm looking all around. Okay, I look at the other side, there's another team. I'm looking at the Rangers. There's no Zach. So I'm asking everybody, where's he at? They go, we just saw him. He was over here. Now, I'm at a football scrimmage. You would think you'd look at the players. I did. He's in the middle of it.
Really?
He's right in the middle of it. So I go, I found him. Right in the field. Now you can tell your
Al
story.
found me. I was in the middle of telling a couple soft offensive linemen, if you don't start blocking somebody and push them forward, take that equipment off and I'll put it on and I'll show you how to move somebody forward. So we started
meanwhile, he texts me, I wish I had health care.
I do. I mean, Smoking Jim Frazier, I've been late on that Obamacare.
No, he signed up for the wrong one.
Once I get Obamacare, man, you'll see me suiting up in a lot of things. In a cage, on a football field. I can't afford an injury right now. I go broke.
Yeah.
Heavy money don't go far in the ER. That's Jim Frazier. That's why they booted him out.
Heavy money don't go far in the ER. That's a new saying on BPTV. We'll put that up on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. I love
It's the fastest recovery. As soon as Jim Frazier found out the Still Valley guy was playing for his seat, man, he got out of the hospital bed real quick. That calf got better fast. I think he got some steroids in that calf.
Hey, Zach, I hear Ben Roethlisberger wants you to talk to his offensive line.
Hey, Al Levine saw it, man. It didn't take long. It didn't take long at all. Those boys started pushing forward.
Here's what was funny. They were catching players instead of blocking players. Zach's out there saying, I'll go do that. All of a sudden, they started pushing players out of the way. They even scored a touchdown while I was there.
Did they start tackling?
Well,
hey, I wasn't working with the defense.
No, Chip brought up a point that I make all the time with the Steeler offensive line. They do a lot of blocking and tackling.
Yeah.
And he had no tackling, but the other team was holding like crazy. Whatever that team was.
No refs, it was a
I figured you'd get
scrimmage.
that one out.
No, it was an
These two
you starting up a softball.
My run with the Rangers was I was security. Well, security lasted about 30 minutes because in 30 minutes in the practice, the quarterbacks had red on. There was no contact with the quarterbacks. Well, their two best defensive linemen bridged our quarterback about 30 minutes into the scrimmage, and it was over because I was on the other sideline in the other coach's face.
I missed all that.
It's on film. We'll get to see it. But we could hit your quarterback too if you want to hit our quarterback, And he's like, calm down, guy, calm down, because I'm serious. I'm coming back to the defense And I'm like, on the next play, man, it's an all-out blitz on defense, and we're taking this guy apart.
And you got some big guys on the defense.
So Al Levine saw it. Their quarterback was smoking a cigarette on the way up the hill for the opposing team. So
no
I don't know what his story
people.
is.
We were at Brentwood Stadium, and it's under construction. I haven't been there since 1973. And the field was a mud bowl then. This field is beautiful. It has the new turf. It has
Nice
a track
track.
around it.
You were
It has
2
no
blocks from my
stands.
house.
I know. Well, we were running around so much, plus we were ankle deep in the mud walking up the hill. We had all these huge football players, and I thought they were chanting like in The Wizard of Oz. Oh. They couldn't even get up the hill. I was worried for my life, because when you see 1,000 pounds of beef rolling at you, what are you supposed to do? And I'm not saying what team they were on, but it was brutal going up the hill.
Get out the A1.
Oh, man.
Hey, we got in the passing lane. Me and Levine went right around.
We drove right around. We got out of there. It was dangerous. But my thing is, he went in there as security. I knew he would move on up. By the end of it, I was at their team meeting. Phil Miller walks away, says, whatever coach you want to be, pick a coaching job. He got hired right then and there.
Wow.
So I'll be coaching the line. I'll be, pretty much like assistant head coach, security, whatever they need me to be.
He's not he will. I'm negotiating that contract right now. I met the owner.
We're going to get to broadcast a
Sean
couple
Stewart.
games on BPTV for sure.
We're
These
looking-
two gentlemen, they'll get to see me on the sidelines.
We're looking at that. Did you hold this up yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. 'Cause
So we
now
got
you're-
the official
now you're
schedule
assistant
now.
head coach. I'm just trying to get it out for you.
Hey, I rise fast. Us Still Valley guys, man, you can't keep us down for nothing. Shout out to Charlie Batch, Smoker Jim Frazier. I filled in
Hold it, wait. I
brilliantly.
got a rumor on the air here right now. I want to quash that rumor. There's certain people in Bethel Park that were at the game. They think Charlie Batch is showing up next week. I didn't
That's
hear
just
anything
because
about
of an
it.
interview
Now
that-
listen to this. Okay, here's the real deal.
Well, the real deal is this year's edition of the Bethel Park Police Pals versus the Steelers was me and Devin Shea. And you're going to see some great footage from that event. You're going to see some great interviews for once after the event. I was fortunate enough to get a couple Steelers, Will Johnson, Charlie Batch, our good friend Ross Ventrone, and star running back
Hold on, I
Le'Veon
thought
Bell.
I interviewed Ross last year on a great interview. You missed that.
Dave Cable sent me a text message and said mine was better.
I don't know about that. I was there in the office. He said, I didn't even get through this film yet. I was there while he was editing. This young puppy thinks he got one on me. I don't think so. Who do you think picked up these cameras like a mule and brought them here?
Every
Kevin's
Monday.
2 minutes away. He could walk there. He can't pick them up. No, but I heard they were great interviews. Other people that were there, I got some good feedback.
We didn't get any information of the event that you guys were at the same
event?
time.
What event? What do you mean?
Oh, that event.
What event was
With
that?
the Midwest Princess. I didn't get my report. I didn't get any pictures either, Jim Frazier.
How'd
I'm
you miss 'em?
disappointed.
And tell Jim to give you the blow-by-blow for the last 2 fights.
Yeah. Which leads me to a great segment tomorrow night that you're going to have to tune in to watch, where we talk about Batman and his exploits and how he couldn't make it through a whole event of his life depending on it. He's lucky he gets here and makes it for an hour on Monday and Tuesday, folks, for you.
When that bat sign goes up, man, you gotta go, right?
I don't know. I don't know how this stuff gets started.
Cream.
Left them in good hands with Alan B.
No,
You know what cream means.
I
Castro's
was by
everything
myself.
around.
I won't even say the other gentleman with me. We don't even want to. I don't know what'll be on the air. You left me in a nightmare.
Me and the Midwest Princess had to go.
She left 2 rounds before him.
All right, so to clarify, the 2 rounds before, so they
That's
didn't be
because she was
together.
warming up the Jaguar for him.
No,
okay.
the
bought a-
Jaguar's
Jag's
gone.
Bought a brand new BMW.
Is it a Benz or is it a
Brand new
BMW?
BMW.
I thought you said
just-
Benz.
BMW,
Oh,
yeah.
it's brand new?
Beamer.
Okay, I like her style.
That's why he left so early.
She's got to get back out here on a Monday night.
We have her
28.
booked for the 28th.
I like these guys' style.
That's how I operate there.
I
We
like
don't
these
let them
guys'
go.
style.
They
All
gotta
right,
come
real
back.
quick before we're wrapping up, who do you guys like tonight in the final here? We got Kentucky got UConn.
Kentucky.
I already put money on Kentucky.
I'm with his heavy money. Kentucky.
I'm going with the freshman 5. I'm going with Kentucky. I'm going with the Wildcats.
And they'll all go to the NBA.
And John Calipari.
He'll stay.
He's a local product.
Oh, of course. Definitely.
John Calipari.
Definitely.
I hope this is a title he can keep.
He's kept a couple.
Well, I mean, are we on tape delay? Are we on tape delay? And that's what happens when you're playing with your phone.
Let me check the time. I think that might be a time delay. Oh, we're good. We got a few minutes of sandbox play. Did the sandbox open up here yet? Nobody's kicking sand. Well, yeah, but the fights were great. There were great fights. It was a packed house. It was a good show.
Anybody that we're familiar with on the show that fought?
Smoking Jim will fill you in on all that. He was calling those calls with the boxers.
Dan Buckley.
Buckley was just unbelievable.
What about Irving?
Your boy Caleb Harris looked good.
Did he?
Yeah. Harris looked very good.
Irving looked good too. Irving looked good.
That's our world-class boxing, Irving, right? That's Yank Kellos?
Yeah.
Is he still out there with Yank?
Yeah, he is. The streets, yeah.
Yeah, I had an interview with him after his match.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll have to tune in and
we
check that out.
We do some interviews. You'll have to check it out.
Yeah, they'll have to check it out. We'll see how many times they give me a shout-out on their broadcast, and you can go tune in and see how many times I shouted them out on my broadcast.
Zero, buddy.
2. 0. I got no love at the boxing.
I think 0. You wouldn't come out with us. Then you left us. You split the team up and you went there. I thought you'd hang with us. I was totally disappointed by that. I
wanted to be there for the police pals.
Yeah, I know. We promote them all year long.
Hey, we need them.
I think there were 7 seniors on Bethel Park.
The way Jim Frazier goes about this city, man, we need all the police and security we can possibly get in some of these neighborhoods. Except God's country.
I don't know. You haven't been there enough.
You're safe in God's country.
We'll have to see. And then we do have another event coming up that I did get some information from the promoter. I'm filling out some paperwork, so we should get some media passes there.
For Lightning Rod Soca, April 18th at the Monroeville Convention Center. And that's in God's country.
No, they're advertising that fight on the fan.
Yeah, I heard
advertised twice today.
We're winding down the show. Thanks, Chip Hayner. Thanks, Smoking Jim Frazier. Little Z, Zach Brenner, thanks for all the shout-outs. I did hear while Dave was editing a little bit about BPTV and Sportsline and everything else.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I appreciate it, definitely. I'm Al Levine, the Talkie Machine. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for watching Verizon 32 everywhere. Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park. And Pittsburgh Sportsline hit 2753. I appreciate it. Good night. Have a safe trip.